What's up, folks? Welcome back to Beyblade Burst. I'm your host, Michael Nightwing, and today I wanted to talk to you about why I personally believe Hasbro is better than Takara Tomy when it comes to Beyblade Burst. So it's going to be like mildly scientific, kind of, sort of. And yeah, I'm going to just break it down to you. We're going to do a couple battles, of course, because battles are extremely important to Beyblade. So let's get started right into this, okay? I'm going to talk about this right here. This is the Hasbro version of Zwilongs, which is Zone Luminor. Okay, so Zone Luminor, I think it's cool. It's not the strongest of bays, but here's the thing, right? It's burstable. All right, so this is Beyblade Burst. All right, and Hasbro has Beyblades that actually burst. Takara Tomy is known to have Beyblades that are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So the issue is these Beyblades are getting too strong and they no longer are burstable. And that's a big problem because that kind of goes against the entire name of Beyblade Burst. So here's the thing. This is, what's this right here? This is Infinite Achilles, okay, with the double chassis system, right? So this is what happens. When Beyblades are spinning, it's all about force, spinning. And as they're spinning, right, they hit each other. And as they hit each other, momentum continues to carry, So in the case of Infinite Achilles, right, this boy is spinning, and it hits another Beyblade, right? What usually would unlock the Beyblade was the fact that the disc was still moving. Even though the top was hit, the disc was still moving. So the top kind of stopped at the moment, but the disc continued to flow through. So what's going on now with this double chassis system is the only thing that's actually movable is the actual driver. And in order to get the driver, like, it needs to be a really hard hit to really stop the top of this Beyblade in its tracks to cause this to burst. Even though it has, like, it takes a lot. Plus they have the whole dash drivers. But it takes a lot to get this Beyblade to burst. Opposed to the Hasbro version that still uses, like, disc. Even with their new, where is it? Here we go. No, not this one. This one's lame. This one right here. So even with their new, like, this is their new Super Hyperion, right? This is the issue we're having. The new Super Hyperion, and this is the old, this is the Hasbro version, this is the Takara Tomy version. This was a double chassis. So for this to burst, needs a lot of damage in order to get this to stop in its tracks so the bottom keeps moving. But when you think about it in this sense, right, if Super Hyperion from Hasbro, the top gets hit, this is still going to spin. This still has the momentum to move, right? And this is all about just like physics and momentum and whatnot. When it comes to Beyblade Burst and the gimmick of bursting, Takara Tomy is getting away from that with these stronger Beyblades, with the double chassis system, right? Like, where's another one? Do I have another double chassis? Where is it at? Here we go. Like Brave Valkyrie, right? This is all connected here. So it takes a second. And it takes a lot of damage for this bad boy to burst. But when it comes to Hasbro, it's burstable. Also, the reason why I think Hasbro is better than Takara Tomy in this sense is because you can go back and swap out all these parts, right? All three of these parts are interchangeable parts from Hasbro from way back when. You can just swap these bad boys out. With Takara Tomy, right, you can only swap out the driver. That's it. You're not swapping anything else out but the driver. So in order to use another disc, you got to take out this, put in a different chassis, and use an old disc. But this part right here is not backwards compatible, right? So this is not a backwards compatible piece for Beyblade. So for customization purposes, you can only use this with the new Super King chassis system. So in that sense, when it comes to actual Beyblade Burst, I believe Hasbro is a stronger, it's sticking to the name a lot stronger than what Takara Tomy is getting to. Because what's happening now with Takara Tomy is they're getting to the point where the Beyblades have to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Just like in Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or any other anime, the main character gets stronger, another villain shows up that's even stronger than that character, and then it's just this continual growth. There needs to be more and more and more growth of how this character can get stronger and stronger to compete and defeat whoever this new villain is. So with that being the case, Takara Tomy's getting to the point now where the Beyblades don't even burst. It's just they're not getting to that point. So the Beyblades are stronger. Like this Beyblade is definitely stronger than this Beyblade by a lot, by a landslide. This one should never lose to this one. But when it comes to the whole bursting aspect, this will probably never really burst. It takes a lot for this bad boy to burst. This, not so much, and it sticks with the gimmick of Beyblade Burst. And like I said, this is going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where Hasbro is making the Beyblade Burst Beyblades unable to burst completely, and it's going to get to the point when they have to start regressing, going backwards, and trying to figure out how to get back to the thing, or they end up just getting rid of Beyblade Burst, starting a whole new Beyblade series, and then going from there. That's what I'm thinking is going to have to happen. They're going to have to figure out a way to go back and start over, just like they did with the Metal Fight series. It got too strong, and then they went over to Beyblade Burst. You know, so that's my take on it. That's my theory on it. It's just momentum-wise. Like when it comes to the bursting part, this bad boy spinning just has less moving parts. You know, and I think I told you all earlier when I said I choose ripcords over string launchers, is I prefer less moving parts, because the more moving parts, the more they can break. This has less moving parts. Only has the two, right? Only has two. I remember, what's that Beyblade called? Nightmare Longness, right? My Nightmare Longness from Hasbro has never burst. It's just never burst, because the only thing that's going to move when it gets hit is the driver. Now, of course, these will move as well, a little bit more. But I've never been able to burst this Beyblade with another Hasbro Beyblade. It just has never happened. And I believe that's just from the way the design was set up. It just was pretty difficult to burst. You know, so that's my take on it. What do you all think? You know, that's just my take on it. That's why I believe Hasbro is better in that sense when it comes to Beyblade Burst. Now, I do believe Hasbro is obviously stronger and superior when it comes to battling force than, you know, Hasbro. I mean, Takara Tomy's better when it comes to battling than Hasbro. That's just a fact. There's no competing that, or no arguing with that. But when it comes down to it, for Beyblade Burst, Hasbro is just doing a better job staying true to the name. That's my take on it. You know, that's just my take on it. So I'm not saying TT is bad. I thoroughly enjoy Takara Tomy Beyblades. I just think when it comes to Beyblade and Burst, Takara Tomy is not going that direction. Like, think about Lucifer the End, right? Like, here's Lucifer the End. It gets to a point where everything's free spinning and it just spins. So any hit just kind of roll off of it, right? So all these hits are just rolling off. In order to burst this Beyblade, you got to hit it at the very top in this very specific point in order to get it to just go boom. You have to do a lot more effort, opposed to like the original dual layers where like this Drasil right here and this Dronzer, like them two duking it out. Like there was a guarantee there was going to be a burst. There was always a burst, just because that's just the way they're designed. You know, that's just how it's designed. So Takara Tomy is more competitive, but I think Hasbro is more fun in that sense, where they give you exactly what you signed up for, which is a bursting Beyblade. You know, and I understand some folks are not going to agree with that. I totally understand. Some folks believe Takara Tomy is better, but they're not thinking of it, at least what I'm thinking, they're not thinking of it from the aspect I'm thinking of it, where it's more staying along the lines of what the actual name of the, you know, series is called. But yeah. So let's do some Beyblading though. Let's do some battling. I'm going to use these bad boys right here because I'm from the Plastic Gen and I like Plastic Gen base. So we're going to do these in the Starburst Stadium. In the Starburst Stadium. Alright, so I'm going to start out with Dronzer versus Dragoon. Classic matchup. So I see someone here said Takara Tomy is anime accurate. I would also say Hasbro is in a sense, and I say that because if you think about the like Beyblade Burst GT, right? In GT, well, they had the whole riding the rails, going up on the brink and stuff like that. And that wasn't something that Takara Tomy did. They didn't even make a stadium that allowed you to do that. And yeah, even before then with the whole slingshot system, right, that Hasbro did, that was also part of the anime, being able to ride the rails and go around, but you couldn't do that with Hasbro Beyblades. Hasbro Beyblades are designed to fit into just the one stadium, the standard stadium, but they don't stick with the gimmicks that they actually do in the show. So Hasbro was like, all right, well, you have these gimmicks in the cartoon. The best way to make this happen is you have to change the system. You got to change up the system a little bit to make it work. So that's what they did. And they made it more acceptable to the system they were going for. Let's see. All right, we're going to go with Dronza versus Drasil. Also, folks, do me a solid favor. Make sure you check out the community tab and also subscribe to the channel, of course. But check out the community tab on the channel because I ask questions, like I do polls. One of the polls I just asked was, do you prefer this setup, which is the 3-camera setup, the 1, 2, and 3? I don't know why this one keeps switching over. It's weird looking. But do you prefer this setup versus the old, just one shot setup? And a lot of people voted they prefer the old one-shot one. So the setup we're looking at now is only going to be done for live videos, where it comes to subscriber count in the corner, my little face, and then these 2 extra cameras. And all the rest of them are going to just be top-down shots. All the other videos will be straight top-downs if they're not live videos. The reason why I don't put stickers is because I don't want to. I just have really no desire to put stickers on them. It doesn't really change anything for me. It doesn't make them, better. Oh, my Dronzer! Dronzer, no! Like, you're not getting bursts as frequent as you would in, Takara Tomy. Or you're not getting bursts in Takara Tomy as you do in Hasbro. Like I said, I prefer, I like a Beyblade that isn't extremely easy to burst, but I do like the, uncertainty of oh man, did I win? Because when I used to play the plastic gens, it was either knockout or spin finish. That was it, because there was no bursting. And that was also fun, but for Beyblade Burst, I feel like they should still burst. And I think that's what Takara Tomy is getting away from. They're just getting away from that whole point of, getting there. Ah, come on. Come on, stay on the launcher. Oh, what is going on here with Trigger? But yeah, let me know. What do you all think? Does what I'm saying make sense, or is it more, are you all thinking more you just prefer stronger Beyblades that don't burst? Because obviously I think I'm right, but I would love to hear you all's opinion on it. Let's put Drigger up against Dragoon. Oh! That was unnecessary. Dragoon just got destroyed. Nice. Nice. Show me your moves. Ooh. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Oh. Oh yeah. Get on there. Where you go? Oh my. Ooh. Let's go with Drigger versus Seal. A live stream with my son, probably not, because he would like not stay in one spot. Whenever we're bay battling, he picks one stadium every battle. He picks a new stadium every battle, so he'll just be walking around all day picking up different stadiums, and we just walk around the house battling in different rooms. So I don't think a live stream with him would ever be possible. Come on, stay on there. What's going on? Oh my goodness. I will say these things do not want to stay on the Takara Tomy launchers. That is definitely not working very well. But let's put in some Takara Tomy Beyblades then. Let's go with Super Hyperion versus Hyperion Burn. Dun dun dun. And let's do it in the Dash Stadium. Dash Stadium. Oh! Nice, nice. Yes, hon. You said a toothbrush? So, one toothbrush for you, one toothbrush for Mick. Okay. Can do. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, these stadiums get so dirty. Oh, wow. Oh! Super Hyperion just destroyed Hyperion Burn. Like, this bad boy bursts all the time. It's just bad bait design, honestly. It's just not a good Beyblade. But it does burst a lot, so that's good. But it's like, the crazy part is though, like this one, it bursts a lot, but it's not good. Like, and when I say that, I mean like, yeah, it bursts, but it's not like a good burst. It's just kind of a sad, pathetic burst. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something where you don't really enjoy bursting Hyperion Burn. You kind of just like, oh, that's sad. You know, it's like, oh, that's really sad. Cause like, it's so bad. Like, it can, a lot of times it just barely puts up a fight. You're just kind of like, ah, okay. All right, then. At least that's the way I feel. I'm just like, oh, that's sad. Alright, what is Super Hyperion doing? Stay in the stadium, jeez. And like, this stadium is just trash, if we can be honest. Like, it's fun, but it's also trash. It's like fun trash. Because like, just a little bit, if you have an attack type, this stadium's going to destroy whatever you do. Like, just like that. Just like that. So let's switch up. Let's switch back to something more reliable. I think I've done a video of Loose for the End versus Infinite Achilles. But if I haven't, I'll double check and make sure for you. There we go. That was a burst. If everyone's wondering, I actually am a robot. So, just so you know, I'm technically a bot. I am a robot. Oh my gosh. I am a robot. The best robot ever. Alright, let's do Super Hyperion versus... Ooh, my Abyss Longness combo. This long has got a little scared. Hey, thank you. You think I'm the best YouTuber? I appreciate that. I really do. My string just keeps coming loose. Yeah, I don't know what's up with you guys talking about like bots and everything. It's very non-intellectual. Hello. 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 All right. My son's calling me on the phone, but since he's one, he doesn't say anything. He just calls, which is cool. It's cute. Oh. Nice. Nice. Oh. Nice. Now, I will say though, when it comes down to like the whole bursting thing, I believe if Hasbro didn't do, excuse me, if Takara Tomy didn't do the double chassis system, that would definitely help out. Because this one, as a single chassis, you know, does like allow for a disc, which is still, I'm not going to say it's not free spinning, but it is free moving. You know, it does have a dash driver, so it does make it difficult to burst. But the fact that it's a single chassis, and when this hits and this keeps on moving, it does help with bursting, which allows for a burst. Obviously, like I said, like this thing is like one, but this one also allows for bursting because this is a whole separate disc. So as it's spinning, right, as it's spinning and whatnot, and it gets hit, this still moves. But the double chassis system doesn't allow for that. But yeah, I feel like Takara Tomy's getting away from the burst, and he got to figure out a way to backpedal. All right, I'm gonna do my Abyss Longness versus Brave Valkyrie. Yes. Yeah, so Hasbro and their slopes is actually, in my opinion, a better idea for longevity purposes, because when it comes to the teeth, you know, that clicking will wear away at the, you know, the actual teeth, but using slopes doesn't do that. So that way your Beyblade will last longer, you can play with it longer. Nice. All right, let's try my Abyss Longness combo versus Tempest Dragon. So I feel like the best part of Beyblade, like the best little season majig or whatever, would have been GT. You know, because you still get the burst and whatnot. You know, you still get burst. Like you still got burst. Even with what would it? It would be Turbo, whatever the Turbo one was called. Turbo was GT. Whichever one that one was with like winning Valkyrie and Chozy. Oh, the Chozy series. Yeah, the Chozy era. That was cool too because you still got burst. But once they started getting up to like this double chassis with dash drivers, stuff started getting unburstable. Like even the burst stoppers that they did for Chozy was getting away from actual bursting. And of course the Infinity Lock system, you know, that was definitely against bursting as well. Yeah, exactly, Cappy. I think Chozy and GT were the best. You got strong Beyblades that you can actually put up a fight with that didn't burst as much, but the burst was still an option. You know, it was still a possibility. I don't know what that was. I guess that camera went out. So that's being weird. All right. We're turning off the GoPro and the color space. Turning off the color space and the GoPro and the color space. And, oh, this one's already out, so we're not going to be using that one. Just these two. All right, there we go. I think it was being weird. Let's see, I was using temperature. Oh, actually, let's do my Abyss Longness combo versus the powerful Union Achilles in Stamina mode. Oh! Think about this long to see the KO. Come on, come on, come on. And one thing to keep in mind when it comes to like toy sales and stuff like this, or you know, cartoons that sell toys, is it's not so much about the cartoon itself; it's about the merchandise. Doesn't buy kids' toys really, so they had to let that go. That's why they cut that off. So you got to start thinking about it in the sense of they need to sell the Beyblades. So Takara Tomy, when they're making their Beyblades, they're trying to make them to be sold to adults and, you know, people with money, essentially. Hasbro is selling to children. So Hasbro needs to make sure that their Beyblades are what kids want to play with. And of course, that's when they get you get the whole like fun Beyblade, right? That's where you get the whole bursting series, or the lack of metal but easier to burst so that they can have more fun. That's how you got the Hypersphere Beyblades, for that more fun, you know? Again, that's all my opinion. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody from Hasbro or Takara Tomy, but being an adult, that's the way I think about things. Ooh. Oh, big hits. Big hits. Nice. Let me put my Abyss Longus up against what's his face? Put it up against Union Achilles. Did I do that one already? No, I don't think I did that one. Oh no! Nice, nice. Also, one of the things I think that a lot of folks are arguing about with Hasbro is like Takara Tomy Beyblades are like what, $20 a pop? Yeah, like $20, 25 depending. And Hasbro sells their Beyblades for like $7, $8 for a single pack, and a dual pack is like $14. But people want Takara Tomy level Beyblades, but they want Hasbro prices, and that's not going to happen, right? Like that's not just not happening. It just ain't it. Yeah, Archer Amazon is like $8, but that thing's like 4 seasons old. Nobody's buying it. So the reason why it's $8 is because nobody wants it. Like, have you purchased Archer Hercules for $8? Like, nobody buys them. You know, so older Beyblades you can find because nobody's buying them. But the newer ones you're not going to find because people are buying them up. Oh. Alright, folks, this is going to be the last battle. I'm going to do my Abyss Longus versus Judgment Joker. Oops, stream's about to come loose. Also, when it comes to, like, in Japan, you got to remember, Takara Tomy is a Japanese company, of course. So they got to import the Beyblades over here to the United States, which costs money. So that's the reason why, like, you may see a Beyblade. If you go on Amazon, the Beyblade will be like $30, $40. And the reason why is because, one, it's in high demand, and two, they have to pay 6% to Amazon at a minimum for them to even sell their stuff. And then three, if they're using the fulfillment center, that's like another 4%. And then they got to make their own money. So, last battle, though. Let's do it. Oh, easy. All right, that's one for me. Oh, Abyss, that was it, baby. Finish him. What? Ah, all right, 1-1, 1-1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Subscribe to my channel. Yes. There we go, baby. But yeah, folks, do me a solid favor, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and as soon as this ends, there's going to be a premiere. So just head over to the premiere, watch the video that's showing right now, and yeah, if you can do me a solid favor again, tell your mom you love her.